Okay, test, test, test. Alright, I think I've got it going here. Let me just double check here. Okay, I think it's good. Let me just check audio. Test 1 2. Test 1 2 1 2. I think that is good. Okay. All right. Let me see here. All right, guys. Hey, I am Chase, and figure while my dad is in the hospital, I figured I would just briefly go live. If you guys have any questions about it, I can do my best to answer. And let's fix a controller. This controller has drift. I know it seems like most of the time when I do go live, like this was the only time I've ever really went live in a while. But I have a controller here that has stick drift, so let's fix it. So the first thing is I gotta take it apart. So I figure I will do that now. I don't know if you guys have ever dealt with screws that they have a lot of gunk in them. This one does seem to have a little bit of that, which is, in my opinion, I think pretty typical. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I went live, but I figured I would just jump in here and just do something tonight. I figured that would be fun to talk to viewers. All right. Okay. And of course, once this does actually go public, or if you guys don't see this live now, you'll see it later, which would be super duper cool. All right. This is one of those V2 controllers, I think, that has the really strong clips in it. Let me see if I can get into this thing. There it is. All right. Popping it open now. All right. Disconnect the bottom half here. Reconnect it later when we gotta test it. That'll be fun. I like to go live whenever I have time to do it. But I typically just like to make actual videos. That's what I normally like to do. All right, I'm gonna get this black plastic thing out here. And let's see. I think the rest of the controller should come right out after I move this touchpad ribbon out the way. How you guys doing tonight? Okay, so I got the controller out here, and here's the other bit here. I'll just set, why don't I just set everything off to the side over here? That way you guys can kind of see what's going on. And I'll get some of these cords out of my way. All right. What's going on, everyone? How are you guys doing this fine evening? All right. Let's go to the microscope, and I will show you guys what I'm looking at, and we will chase the fix. Okay, let me switch cameras here. All right, I gotta focus the camera here. Let's see. Okay, that's about as focused as I'm gonna get it, and I can adjust the viewing angle for y'all. All right, I'm gonna move. I got my other screen over here. I figure we'll move over and move this. All right. All right, so it should be good here, guys. What's up, man? I don't want to fail at pronouncing your name, so I do apologize, but I do see you in the chat. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for joining in. All right, so I'm going to turn on the pace station, turn on the fume extractor briefly, because what we're going to do is we are going to disconnect these wires here. Maybe add a bit of flux to here. Yes. Grab a pair of tweezers, and we're just going to get these wires for the rumble motors out the way. There's 1 and 2. All right, cool. Then we got the other 2. Add a little bit of flux to this side. I love using flux even to desolder. It just makes everything so much easier. All right. Let me see if I can make the view a little bit better for you. All right. So all we need is this board here. We just need this main board here. So there's a couple of these clips that hold the board in. You just have to push them over and the board will kind of come out. And here is our whole board with the joysticks. Now the joystick that we're having the issues with is this one right here. Now let me go ahead and kind of feel the tension on each. So rather than change, and I you know, I'm not 100%, but I would say rather than just change this whole joystick, I'm going to turn off the fume extractors so it's not too distracting. Instead of changing this whole joystick and making this joystick stronger than this one over here, they're actually equally pretty strong. So what I will do is I'll just change out these pots, and then if there's any adjustments, we can zero them out as close as we can. All right, so I'm gonna jump in here. The first thing I always like to do with these pots, because I do fix a lot of controllers. I don't know why, they just come in for drift constantly. So put some tweezers in here and kind of pry up and out like that, just like that. And we'll do the same for this one. All right, there we go. So there's one pot and here is the other. So we'll go ahead and flip it over here. And the areas that we're going to be soldering to mainly, let me see if I can turn up the brightness here. I'm going to kind of mess around with the settings on the camera briefly and see what we can change here. Okay. Okay, well, it doesn't do too much, but maybe it gives us a little bit of a better view. I can't tell if that's flux though. What is that? Oh, that's just flux from right here. I didn't even realize. Wow, here I am. Okay, so the easiest way to do this is we are going to use the good old knife blade tip for the iron because it's my absolute favorite. The knife blade looks like this. It's yeah, it's a knife blade. But it works great because you can heat all 3 of these joints simultaneously, just like this, right? But what we're gonna do first is I'm going to take my sponge. This is something I always forget to do, but I'm gonna take my sponge here for the soldering iron. And I'm gonna go get it wet because we need it to be wet to get the solder off of the iron. Steve B, what's up, man? I see you over there, buddy. Good to see you. I'll be right back, guys. Hang on. All right, I am back. Okay, let's get to soldering, right? It's the whole reason we're all here, right? It's to see the soldering. I mean, that's why I would be here, to be honest with you. Okay. So, first things first, add a little bit of flux here to these joints. as per the the usual. And hopefully our solder thing doesn't fall over because it's all sorts of discombobulated right this second. All right. Okay. What up, Lewis? I think it's Lewis. Okay, so just add some leaded solder here. All right. The cool thing is, once we get those flowed, Steve, I totally hear that, man. I visit other techs too, all day, every day. All right, heat them all up at the same time, right? And then you should be able to just wiggle it on out. I'm making it way worse than I'm sure other people could do it. But yeah, anyway. But there's the whole pot just came out, and we are good to go now. We can move on. So we'll do the same over here with this one right here. Oh, that's what's up, Steve. I did not know you were in the UK. I realized when I was looking at the analytics on my channel that there is a really large majority of people, subscribers and viewers from the UK. So I salute you guys. I love the UK. I would love to visit one day. I never have. Would love to. It'd be fun. I know a lot of people say that it rains a lot there. That's what I hear. Okay, let's see. It's gonna be a tough one to kind of get on the camera here, but I'm gonna heat this up and try to pull it out. There we go. And here is the other one here. Mohammed, what's up, man? All right. So that was like really simple. We're gonna turn up the soldering iron heat to 750. I believe that's Fahrenheit, not Celsius, because it'd be like several thousand, or not several thousand, but it'd be well into the thousands Celsius if that was the case. Okay. And I want to just clear these holes out as much as I can. Wow, you're having a drought this year. That's kind of crazy, actually. Okay. Some flux, good old flux. Okay. Use our desoldering braid here. Usually it's this ground one right here that always gives me trouble. Almost always. Maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't tonight. Who knows? Nobody knows. While I'm waiting for that one, I'm going to start on this other one. Sometimes I feel like I have to add low melt solder to this just to get it to flow. For the ground anyway. And to be honest, if we get 2 of these holes done, we really don't need to get the other one because we can just flow it while we push the new pot in, if that makes sense. It's pretty easy and pretty simple. Okay, let's try a little bit more here. Maybe we'll get it. No, we still didn't get it, but let me see. Did we get this one? Oh, we just filled it back in. Just filled it back in. Okay, let's try to do it. Yeah. Okay, so those 2 holes I think are good. Maybe that middle one still needs to have a little bit. It's hard to tell even from my microscope. Let's try it. Okay, I think that's it. Let's just take a little tweezer and poke it through. Oh yeah, we got it. And these 2 are good as well. Perfect. Steve, this is a PS4 controller. I have not seen any PS5 or Xbox Series type controllers yet. but I assume it's the same pots from what I've seen online. Can almost guarantee it. All right, I'm gonna go grab some new pots, and I think they're right behind me anyway. Okay, where far is out? Not in that box. Gotcha. So, what's funny is, oh, hang on. Oh, I was rolling over a cord here. Hey, Guido. Wait, I was at the family dinner. Thanks, buddy. Good to see you. So I buy these on Amazon. They're just a bunch of pots because I change just the pots so often. I have the pots here in stock too, but there's so many times where you'll change one whole stick here, and then what happens is you'll have one stick that's really stiff and the other one is not stiff, and this one doesn't need to be changed. So sometimes it's just easier and better for the customer if you just change just these potentiometers. And it's more cost effective anyways. Oh, that's pretty cool, Steve. Are you saying like taking them apart? Is that right? Doing it this method that I'm showing real quick. Whenever if I put them in, there's this little dimple here. I'll show you. There's this little dimple of plastic that I always wind up cutting off because it always gets in the way. So if you run into the same problem, just cut it off with a pair of snips. Oh, we got spam. All right, spam. Let's see here. There we go. I've never had to deal with that, but here we are. Okay. Showing the pitfalls of why they get busted. Right. I'll have to check it out, man. Alright. First things first. The flux. You already know the flux. And we should probably put a little bit on this side, right? Am I right? Just a little bit up here. Obviously, you guys can't see that because it's not focused. And what we're going to do is get this ready to be pushed in, like so. We're about ready to push it in, and I'm going to heat it from the other side. Alright. And we're going to heat it, just like so. Why am I not going in? Okay. Maybe I didn't have it set up right. Hang on. Off camera, I can have it done very quickly. On camera, we're going to take 20 years to make it happen. Am I right? To all the techs out there that have done this in the past on camera. It's like, all right, we're gonna have to reset this take several times, and then to be like, all right, wait a minute, nope, that didn't work out. Okay. Okay, I see him about to poke through here. Just trying to get this heated up enough here. Okay, why are you not going in, sir? Of course. Okay. This is what we're gonna do. I am going to attempt to get this solder. Oh, you know what? I know what I'm doing wrong. We'll add more leaded solder to this area first. And get it hot. Okay. Add more leaded solder to this side because it will melt easier and faster if it's filled with leaded solder versus the unleaded that was originally in it. Alright. Okay. We're going to do this, guys. We're going to do this. right here live. Okay. I'm gonna make it happen. I promise. We might have to just clear this hole out, to be honest with you. Oh, you know what we could try? I have an idea. This will be fun. Computer Booter, what up, buddy? Man, I feel like it's usually I'm the one showing to the live streams, man. It's like, man, how the tables have turned. Okay, that's obviously not going to work either. So I'm going to just heat this up and try to suck as much out as I can. I really need that desoldering tool, man. I really do. Are we going to get enough heat in there to... why am I not in focus? I'm sorry. Yeah, I guess I could use hot air, but... I mean, I'm already here. I mean, I probably should use hot air, to be completely honest. But, I mean, it is what it is. Alright, hang on. Xbox One controllers, I never have this issue. PS4 controllers all day, every day, man. It's because the circuit boards are so much cheaper on the Xbox One controllers. Okay. Let me see here. Alright, we're gonna try this. We're gonna make it happen. Add a little bit of flux here. Okay. Guys, I did it. Look at it. Look at it. I did it. I just heated up this leg right here from the underside and push it through, and it finally worked. Now we can just go ahead and push it together, hopefully. This has got to be lined up. Perfect. That is good. We are good with that one. Now the other one. Tel 58, thank you, sir. Yeah, I tried using a little bit of flux spray, but it's a ground plane, so this ground plane here, you pretty much have to get this whole area super hot just to suck that hole out. It is a pain in the rear end, my friend. Unless you have hot air, which I do, but to be honest, I don't feel like using hot air. I'm sorry. It's like leave a disc like for me saying, well, no hot air, no hot air. It's like, doesn't actually matter. Yeah, probably, but me, I'm just like, no hot air tonight, no hot air. Alright, I kind of have to bend these pins for the potentiometer here, just so that they kind of fit in when I push it in. David, are you still here? Computer Booter? You still hanging out? Oh yeah, let's use some flux. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I actually buy these, and I buy the modules too. So I buy both because a lot of times you'll have one stick that is really stiff and one stick that is super loose. And what I'm talking about is you'll have a stiff stick when you replace just one of them. And sometimes the customer only wants the one replaced. So, you know, you kind of find yourself in that same situation. Customer doesn't want it to be one stiff stick and the other one to be real loose, and so sometimes it's just easier and cheaper just to replace just this one part here, or these the pots. Sometimes you're not in that position, but in this case we are, which is great. Okay, let me see here real quick. I'm gonna try to push it through here. Hopefully it will be fast, easy, and painless. I'm gonna try to flatten out this solder here. Get it in a position where we can kind of push it directly in. Yeah, so David, I was going to ask you the other day, I know you're like huge into the PS3 scene, and I was curious if you knew what an E3 flasher was. Are you familiar with that? I don't know how far back you go or how in depth you are into it. Alright, so I got this one in as well now, and I pushed it through by heating just this joint here, which I want to kind of focus here. Just that joint, just heating it up, pushing it through. Alright, now that we did that, we can just go ahead and push this in. Boom. Boom shakalaka. 2 brand spanking new pots. Alright, let's do this. Now we can solder them in. Alright, let's do this. Hit them up here with a little bit of solder. There's 1, 2, and 3. And these here. We'll do this, these, and these. We'll touch up these pads too while we're at it. These are for the rumble motors. We'll just do this side too, since we're here. Beautiful. Yeah, you can buy just these right here. You can buy just these separate, which is absolutely amazing. So the Teensy 2.0 is definitely used for dumping as well. The you can use the E3 flasher. Thank you, Mohammed. You can use the E3 flasher for dumping the NOR consoles. One thing I don't know is the difference between SPI flash and NOR flash. I don't know if there's different, and then NAND flash, obviously. Okay, let me see here. Okay. Teensy can do NOR, yes, but there's a lot more involved. The E3 flasher is a much easier tool to use than the Teensy if you're doing NOR, and if you're doing NAND, I gotta find out what the issue is here. I got a weird issue with these. I don't know if it's the pots or if it's the actual joystick. It just has a weird. We might just have to replace the whole thing. Kind of feels wonky. I don't know. Let me see. Oh, hang on. That might be it. I don't know if there's something wrong with this pot. What is going on with my life? Okay. Okay, there's one. Oh, it just seems a little weird and just doesn't like click right, if that makes sense. Maybe it does. When I go in this direction, it feels weird. I wish I had an E3 flasher. I used to. In fact, I used to have a ton of them. So, okay. I'm just going to eat my words because I just replaced these 2 pots and this stick has a really weird issue now. So, I'm going to just replace this whole thing because, to be honest, I mean, what is life? What is life? Yeah, so the what is that? Use UP or UFPI. Steve, what is UFPI? I gotta know. You gotta teach me. I gotta know. Yeah, so the E3 flasher is meant. It was meant for reading the NOR flash, and then you could patch it and then flash it back on the PS3. And that was the method that came out. That method came out like a very long time ago. I got my first E3 flasher in 2013. I'm gonna go grab sticks, which is directly behind me. Okay. So I used to own two Teensies, and there was a development that came out in 2015, 2014 called Nandway, and it's now this is specific to like okay, so like there were some instances where you would have Yellow Light of Death on the PS3, and it wasn't. Yes, exactly. Yes, you can dump the CID, the console ID, from a broken PS3. What's funny is I actually had a E3 flasher that I dedicated to just that. I would desolder the NOR chips from the board and then just hook my E3 flasher to USB, 3.3 volts, and just dump the chip and get the CID. I literally had a business partially doing that because people would buy the CIDs all the time. So... this is what we're gonna do. We are going to use some leaded solder and heat up this stick with hot air, and then we should be good. All right, turn on the fume extractor, and we are going to use some leaded solder and some flux. I'm sorry this was a huge fail. I'm kind of sad now. Like, I thought it was going to work just fine, and then, well, here we are. But, yeah, the Nandway thing, you couldn't buy it. You had to buy the parts to build it, and I never ended up buying, like, I never bought all of the parts to build it. I bought, like, half the parts, and then, like, you needed like a regulator for 3.3 volts, you know, go from 5 to 3.3, and I didn't have that, so I used an external source to get my 3.3, and yeah, that's pretty much how that happened. CB as in computer booter Discord, and I am not on Discord at all, man. Oh my gosh, I'm so dead. Okay, so we need to put something heavy to hold this thing. Yeah, to be honest, man, I have not used Discord. I've heard nothing but good things, but I do not have it. I have a big roll of Kapton, but I can't find it, so I guess aluminum tape it is. The worst stuff on planet Earth. Aluminum tape, man. It sucks to kind of have to, like, deal with. I don't know if you guys ever deal with it, but I do, and it is awful. I'm always have to be like, all right, this is what we're going to do. You guys ready for this? We're going to try to, let's turn this down a little bit. We're going to try to separate the aluminum tape from the actual part. Yep, see, there we go. We got it. All right, and that will be the end of my tutorial on how to separate aluminum tape from the other part of it. Okay, there we go. We got it. You guys are all on Discord, man. I'm missing out on the party then, huh? I am not on Discord. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Nate. I'm sorry your TV doesn't work. All right. You'll have to show me on stream, honestly, dude. So I can kind of like know what's up. All right, I'm gonna try to fold this up a little bit because I want to cover this connector right here as much as I'm able, because I don't want to screw it up, man. Okay, that almost worked. Let's see. Okay, I covered a lot of it in tinfoil. I'd say this is probably good enough. You can't really tell, but it's covered. So we're gonna get this thing good, ready to go. And I gotta ask, because I'm not 100% sure, probably a lower heat, but David, what do you recommend for the heat for removing this with hot air? Since this is such a thick board, I would say like at least 400, but I mean, I'm not 100% sure. I actually might be able to use a board holder with this, to be honest with you. Let's see. So I'm gonna have to move this back. I'm getting it set up in a board holder right now. Let me see. The whole goal of tonight's live stream is just to actually end up with something that's fixed. That would be really nice right now. 500. Oh my gosh. But I'm not judging, I promise. If 500 works, then like let's do it. But honestly, dude, there was this one time I was working on a daughter board for an Xbox One and I used like 400, and it literally started, the traces literally started to just like go away, just start burning. It was a nightmare. Holding my board in the heck. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, well, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm the type of guy that just holds it in one spot like the whole time. I mean, let's be honest. Sometimes I don't, but whatever, you know? All right. Turn this on. Get this in place here. So I kind of hold it off the bench here. All right, let's do this. All right. Hopefully the scope doesn't fall over. Okay. Heat max with minimum speed. Don't want warm everything though. Once hiders are started. Okay. So I'm gonna turn the speed down to like 90. I have a quick 86 1DW. I'm gonna go up to like 480 Celsius. There we go. Okay, thanks Nate, you're amazing, sir. I'm kind of going back and forth here. Things are smoking. Things are smoking. I can't tell if that is a good thing or not, but I'm trying to move it back and forth. Okay, I'm uncomfortable with this smoke, so I'm gonna check it. Hold up. It might be just the flux that. Oh, you know what? I don't know what it is, but it might be. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just to make this as easy. I'm going to use low melt solder for this. Let's see here. Oh, you have the same quick station. That's what's up, dude. That quick station is a freaking amazing, dude. I'm going to use a little bit of low melt, and hopefully this will come off with much lower heat. Take it easy, David. Thanks for hanging out, dude. That's what's up, Steve. Nice, man. Okay, low melt is for the win. Okay. Low melt, low melt, low melt. Let's go. Get some low melt in there. Alright. Last but not least, this guy. Okay. Oh, and, oh, nope, I did not get these last guys. Okay. Works good for me. Use wire strippers to hold the joystick. Do the board upside down. Okay. Alright. I don't have wire strippers, but I do have some hemostats to hold the board, so I'll do that. So we'll try to hold the board up. This is going to be kind of awkward, gentlemen. But we're going to do our best to make it happen. Okay. Let's heat it up. Okay, it's getting hot. It's getting hot. Okay, looks like we're just about there. Maybe. Let's see. Since I use low melt, I should be able to just... Oh yeah, that thing is like loose as crap. There it is, it's out. Okay. Alright. So that is good now. We are good. Man, the board is super hot. Okay. So let's go ahead and clear the solder up. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's just get these holes cleared out here with some solder wick. Perfect. Oh, I was wondering why my iron wasn't working so well. It was in standby. It took so long. It was just sitting in standby at like 300 degrees. I was like, come on, why is it not working? Okay. Okay. There we go. Yeah, slow melt solder for the win. And heat, extra heat. I'm gonna cut this down and we'll keep going. Yeah, I've got this solder sucker here. Let me see if I can show it to you guys. Let me see. This one, it's got sorry, there's a little bit of this stuff here. It's this one. It was made in Japan. This one, it has like a red end on it. That thing is really nice. And I've used it for this before in the past, but to be honest, man, I just prefer to use solder wick if I can. Low mountain solder wick if possible. Okay. Almost got it. Okay. Wow, got it. There's a lot of times where, like, even though I can kind of half see what I'm looking at, I have to, like, correct myself and make sure that you guys have a good view too. So I do apologize. All right, let's get this. Let's get these done too. Yeah, one more here. Perfect. Just verify these are good. And this one. Alright, I assume maybe that's good. Oh, we got melted plastic everywhere. I think that's part of the reason why I don't like using hot airs, for that reason. Melted plastic. I typically use the solder sucker when working on this, though, to be honest with you. I'm going to say I might have to heat it from the other side. There we go. Just about cleared out here. Perfect. Alright. Now we gotta go for the whole cleanup. What's up, Andrew's Repair Shop? Right. That is interesting. That is interesting. Nate, are you talking about the solder sucker? Alright. I use some alcohol here and a steel wire brush, and we'll just go ahead and clean off all this plastic here. Yeah, that's what's up. I'm gonna get rid of this here. Okay. And a little bit here. A little bit over here. All right. Clean this off here. Let me double check and see if these holes are good. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. Or these three are good. And those three are good as well. Now let's do this other side here. Okay. It's cleaning up pretty nicely. What up, Jay? Good to see you. Matthew, good to see you, buddy. I know you called me earlier, and I'm sorry. I will call you back. All right. Yeah, take it easy, Steve. Thanks for checking in, man. Appreciate you. I'll check out that one video, too, of the PS5 controller. Okay. This area is ready to go for our new thumbstick. Oh, and another bot, of course. Andrew, you said you might have a virus? Alright, I got the stick in. Let's go ahead and solder it in. Alright. Get that focused. It's always good to use flux here, so we're just going to put flux around all these pins here. Oh, hold up. Wait a second. When putting it in, I push one of those pins in. Goodness gracious. Let me straighten that out. Man, tonight is just a lot of problems tonight. I don't know what is going on with me. I promise, if there would have been no camera, I would have just been like, alright, let's do this and just have it done and be done with it. Like, just be straightforward, just whoop, in, be done, and move on. Yeah, absolutely, dude. I feel like in good spirits myself, and I'm just chilling tonight, man. Just figure I would fix a controller for you guys. You know, my dad is in the hospital. I know I mentioned that. Figured I would mention that on stream. He's got diabetes, and I don't want to give too much detail about his health situation, but he's just not doing too good. So just if you guys could say a quick prayer for him, appreciate that. Means a lot. Yeah, I mean, I figured I would jump in here and just kind of talk about it for a minute, and at least talk to you guys, and you know, obviously let you guys know what's up. I wasn't sure when I was going to make a video quite yet next. I was thinking about working on one for this week, but I just haven't done that yet, especially with my dad in the hospital, so I figured I would jump on the live stream and at least do something. So, but we'll go ahead and heat this up and solder these all in. Okay. Need a little bit more solder here. Okay. Now these guys. Okay. Now we just have these left. Right here. There's one. Let me focus it. There's one. And another. Perfect. I'm going to just clear this off. What up? Find it, fix it, Philip it. Good to see you, buddy. Alright. I'm going to clean all the flux off of this right now. We officially changed this whole entire pot, and it is looking amazing. Okay, that is all set. Now we'll just kind of clean this side up a little bit. Should be good to go. Oh, that feels so much better. However, how does this one? Yeah, so this one feels slightly looser than this one, but maybe there isn't that much of a difference, which is a huge plus in my opinion. That'll work out for us then. All right. Well, I'm glad you're not higher than the stars. I will say that, Philip. I'm glad you're not higher than the stars. All right, I'm going to switch cameras. Okay. All right. Thanks, man. Yeah, I don't know why there are bots. I'm like, it doesn't even make sense. Okay, so I got the board here. This is the pot that we just changed, and now we can kind of put it in. You know what? Instead of doing that, what we will do is I'm going to take this board, I'm going to connect it to USB, and then we'll go to the computer and see if we need to make any fine-tuning adjustments to the pot. So for those that don't know about controllers, there is a chip on the board that zeroes out the stick from factory, but these sticks, we're changing them. So it's not going to be zeroed out anymore, but it might be close or it might be way off. So we might have to compensate that by installing some SMD 10K ohm pots. I believe they're 10K. Anyways, we solder those in, and that way we can fine tune the pot to make it zeroed out as close as we can. So I'm going to connect that up, and I can't remember if we need a battery connected or not, so maybe not. Thanks, Mohammed. I appreciate you, buddy. Andrew, what are the specs on your computer? And what do you guys think of the sound tonight? Does the sound quality sound somewhat respectably decent? Thank you, Philip. Appreciate you, dude. Alright, I'm going to plug this in. Let's see. I'm going to go to the website here. Alright, hang on. One sec. This is what I will do. I'm going to switch it. And we're just going to make a new tab here. Let's see. Gamepad tester. Oh. Gamepad tester, and we're going to connect the gamepad, which is the controller. Okay, connected. Oh, heck yeah, that's what I want to see. Okay, so it's all right. Now I'm going to ask you guys' opinion, if you think so. This is the one we changed, and it's basically as close as it can be. You know, when you have numbers jumping like this, I'm you know, I assume it's just probably because the pots might be dirty, because I've had some controllers where even after I change them with brand new pots, they jump around like this, but it's like very, very, very slight movements. So anyway, but I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I would say that this is fixed. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, and this is kind of what our mess looks like right now. It looks sweet though. I mean, look at that. It looks awesome. So let's go ahead and put it back together. 2 terabyte hard drive, 250 SSD, i5 NVIDIA GeForce RTX. So yeah, I mean, what you could do is just do a factory restore from Windows. You could just try to download Windows 10 to a USB and then just restore it, just install it and restore it that way. Oh my gosh, there are more bots. Okay. Crazy craziness. All right. So I'm going to take this controller and we're going to put it back together. And we should be all set. Let's see here. I've got the sticks here somewhere. So yeah, from those of you that weren't here earlier, I'm just going to reiterate it. Yeah, I probably will just put sub mode only on. Hold on, let me see here. Edit. Customization, subscribers. We'll just do that. Save. Okay, so we got subscribe mode only on. Now I'm just going to mention, so I do buy just the potentiometers for the controllers. And I've changed them many times, but sometimes you'll have issues where the stick, the whole stick will just have issues after you change them, and it is what it is. But I typically like to change just the pots if you result in having one stick that is going to be stronger than the other. If you have 2 loose sticks, or you know, if the customer doesn't like one strong stick versus one loose stick, you can change just the pots, and it just makes it a little bit easier, and it just works out. All right. So we need this other piece here. Oh, computer type Acer Nitro 5 gaming laptop. Okay, these feel good. So, I mean, yeah, you could do a virus scan and then just go from there and try to just do a factory restore Windows. That's what I would do, honestly. I mean, that would be my absolute first thing. I'm going to put a little bit of alcohol on these little connections right here and clean this up with a Q-tip. These are the contacts that contact the soft ribbon for the controller. The soft ribbon is, it's like a capacitive touch ribbon here, and it has some pads here that it contacts. And so cleaning those up can help the connectivity again. Okay. Okay, so I got the board in here. Now I got to solder in the rumble motors. Okay. Factory restore Windows 11 is going to be my last ditch effort. I'm going to watch the videos. I don't have Windows 11 on this computer, so I don't know quite how a Windows 11 works. Like, I know a little bit, but I don't mess around with Windows 11 quite yet. So I'll have to look into it. I don't know if it's going to be as simple as the factory, just installing with a USB. I don't quite know the process yet because I've heard that you can't install Windows 11 on other things, and I just haven't gotten into it. Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Like, yes, subscribe. Okay, let's go to the microscope and solder these in real fast. I'm going to switch the camera here. Okay, looks like we're here. Let's go over here. We'll try to focus it in here a little bit. Okay. Yeah, there should be. From my experience, I've seen there should be an experience to, or a thing to reset in Windows. Okay, let's see here. All right. So let's go ahead and solder these in real fast. Tad bit of flux to make the. It's like a spoonful of medicine to help the solder just melt, right? Okay. Done. All right, let's go over to this side. Okay. Now we'll solder this one in. And this one in. Sorry, you guys missed it. Like, why were you guys weren't looking? You missed it. No, I'm just kidding. I was looking directly into the scope, and I totally had it off center. I'm like, man, sorry guys. I do apologize. I will try to get this in. We'll clear this up with a little bit of IPA. Just clean off the flux here. And we'll do the same for this other side here. Cleaning it up. That way the board is nice and clean and ready to just do work now. Play video games. Okay. Perfect. Perfecto, perfecto. Let's switch camera again. Okay. So what we need to do here is get this top half. Oh, you know what? We're going to need to focus it. Focus the camera. Wait, there it is. It's focused. Okay. All right. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and put this in here, putting the mid frame of the controller into the face of the controller. One of the things that you have to do here is move the touchpad ribbon cable up through the frame when you're putting it in, just like that. And there's your touchpad ribbon cable. We can connect it now. Push it in. There we go. And I notice the board is slightly sticky in that area, so probably a little bit of flux. I'm going to clean it up with a Q-tip here. And we should be good. Okay. Now, grab the battery housing board. All right, TEL 58. I have a Lumix G7. It is actually the same exact camera that is right here, right there. Okay, so basically it's the camera that goes to an adapter that goes to a lens that goes to the scope. It's absolutely complicated, and I totally should have went with a different camera in my opinion, but you know, it is what it is, my man. I mean, the camera doesn't look too good, but I find that there's just a lot of glare a lot of the time, and I don't particularly like the glare that much, but it is what it is. Okay, so this is a nice controller. Okay, let's connect the battery. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. All right, connect the USB port. Well, it probably goes in that way. So I'm just connecting this ribbon cable here right into the controller. Okay, perfect. And when I push the power button, you can see that it starts flashing, which is great. So before we put it all the way back together, let's connect it to the computer, and I'm looking for the USB cable, which I put right here. Okay, let's go back to the computer and refresh here. Okay. Let's go to, let's connect it. All right, I'm going to connect the controller here, and we are all good. Look at that. Look at that. No more crazy drifting, if you guys remember. It's good practice to test the buttons out, since we just like cleaned the controller too. You know what I mean? Let's connect, touch that, do that, click those in, try those out. Okay. Okay, beautiful. It's all working. Test the rumble. It's rumbling. Great. That is good to hear and see. Okay, let me get that switched over. Even though I'm watching my cell phone, I can hear it in nation. Oh, perfect. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. Okay, so the controller is working. I'm going to go ahead and unplug it. And we'll go ahead and snap it back together. Should be pretty seamless, easy. Yeah, there we go, man. Yeah, we fixed the controller on stream. Amazing. Real quick, I'm gonna eventually I would like to have a camera set up to where it looks down on this area, but until then, it is what it is. Now, I do have some paper towel here, so I'm gonna take a little bit of that and clean up my area. That way I have a nice area to work on putting the screws back in this controller. There's only 4, but it just makes it easier. Okay. So I figure what we could do is, since I'm about to be done with this controller, we can take 10 minutes for just a quick AMA, even though I figure I would just AMA anyways. Just ask me anything. So if you guys have any awesome questions or things you've wanted to ask me, or however, I'm here right now, so you guys can ask. Ask and ask away. If you guys have questions, of course. Well, I will ask this question to you guys. Did you guys like the Northridge Fix video that I posted a couple days ago? Did you think it was funny? Did you not think it was funny? Did you think it was blasphemous towards our Northridge Fix? Or what did you think? All right. Oh, you know what? I completely forgot about this. While we're doing this, I had a subscriber send me some Chip Quick Flux to try, and I never got a chance to do it. I've literally been so busy ever since. How about we grab a board and just try something real fast? I haven't even opened this yet. I feel bad, but it's like just being busy, I guess. Let's see here. We got a nozzle here too. Dude, this would be really cool. If this flux, like, if I really like this flux, that would be a change in history. Let's see here. For sure, for sure. Yeah, Philip, I mean, I understand, dude. Like, honestly, man, as far as the repair attempt, like, charging people for something you don't even try, I mean, I don't know if I feel comfortable with that. For myself, the way that I do things is I do charge people a repair attempt fee if it's something that I make them well aware beforehand. If you want me to work on this, it's going to cost X. There's a chance that it couldn't work. There's a chance that it could work. You want me to try it? And it kind of, he actually made a video about this a little bit, where it kind of sorts out the garbage, if you will, because there are a lot of times where people will attempt to fix things and it just ends up being a hot mess, and then you have to deal with the hot mess, and then it's your time, it's your money, and you own a shop and all this stuff, and it just kind of sucks. But I mean, in my opinion, I won't charge somebody if I don't actually like do anything to it. But if I take something apart, I mean, that's my time and my money. And if I actually attempt to fix something, you know, that's my time and money too. I know a lot of people work off of a no fix, no fee basis, but I mean, you know, my opinion is I can't do that. Got to make that money, man, because it's our time and money. We try to fix it, you know. Let's see here. Yeah. No, what you don't want to see is you don't want to see task managers stop responding, because then that is a really bad place to be. Okay, so let me grab a circuit board. This seems to be my go-to motherboard for like everything, just for fun videos. It's from a TV, so let's just give this a quick try real quick. Yeah, I totally understand, man. I mean, if no fix, no fee works for you, then by absolutely all means. Just for me, with the business and stuff, I just cannot afford to do it. But, you know, if you got a customer that is like, you know, it all depends, man. You know, because I wouldn't say I'm like, yeah, I'm going to charge this guy. If this guy is like, yo, dude, I got this problem with this issue and all this stuff, and I need your help, man. Can you help me out? And I'll be like, yeah, you know what, dude? I got you. Jose, what up, buddy? The factory's going smooth right now, guy. It is working out. We're just trying out some flux that a subscriber sent in. I completely forgot to try it out. I got super busy. I'm grabbing a different soldering iron tip because the knife blade is not going to really work for this. I'm curious to see how this flux works. If it's going to flow good, or it's going to help the solder flow good. So far, I mean, just working on this chip here. I've never used Chip Quick. I mean, those joints look great, actually. All right. I mean that looks good. I don't know about you guys, but it looks pretty good. Okay. That looks pretty vanilla, if I do say so myself. Let's try this resistor right here. This is probably a really bad idea, but let's just go for it. So we're going to take a little bit of this chip quick, put it on here. Maybe a little bit of solder on the iron. And this is probably a really bad example, but we're just going to go for it. Put a little bit of solder there, a bit of solder there. Okay, and grab that resistor. Okay, I mean, so it seems like the flux is maybe evaporating a little bit. Let's try a little bit more here. We'll put it some on. I mean, I like how see-through and how clear this flux is. This is nice. You know, Philip, if I don't know if I'll ever buy Kingbo flux, but if somebody were to ever send me flux, I will definitely be down to try it. Okay, so it seems like this stuff is kind of burning away really, really quickly. We can try soldering this resistor in. I don't know. I usually use hot air for resistors like this, but to be honest, I'll just go for it with a soldering iron. Let's just go for it. I'm just gonna make a lot of people cringe right now. We're just gonna go for it, guys. Well, yeah, well, this is not gonna work with this giant tip, but maybe we can just. It was just all luck. Just kind of went right into place. Yeah, honestly, Andrew, you probably just want to go with doing a factory reset. And Jose, I'm still standing with my Kimbo flux. It has never done me wrong. That's hilarious, man. Honestly, dude, I want to try it. I just haven't. All right, so that I mean, this flux so far, I mean, kinda. It seems to work fine, but not like super good. You know what I mean? Like, seems to work kind of good. Let's put a little bit here. This is on an inductor, I believe. I think this is an inductor. I'm like 99% sure. Okay. A little bit there. I mean, it seems to be fine. Let's see if we can. I can't see if I can heat this up both sides. Maybe not. I'm probably not going to be able to move this inductor with just the soldering iron, maybe. Anyways, this is just a junk board. Yeah, I mean, the joints don't look half bad, though. So let's test this against my Amtech 559 ASM that I did a video about. Let's just, let's give this a go here. How about this little cap right here? This is that Amtech 559 ASM. I don't use it that often because I've actually been using the Amtech 213 quite often. That's the flux that I use the most right now. But I do like this. I mean, oh my gosh, that just works so well. Why did it work so well? I don't know. Let's get this cap off the edge of my iron here. Whoop. Just boop it on over to the chip right over here that it's going to sit on. Probably until it falls off when I throw this board away. Well, anyway. So, I mean, now let's, okay, so we got a similar cap right here. Let's use the chip quick and see how fast it comes off, right? Let's try that. So we got chip quick, just coat the whole thing, right? All right, let's heat it up with the iron, put a little bit of flux here and some solder. Okay, so, you know, it took a couple extra seconds there, but not bad, not bad. I'm impressed. I'm still impressed. Okay, I think the chip quick is good, but I still probably wouldn't buy it. I think it is good though. It seems like it's good flux. I do like that it's see-through. Let's try this resistor right here. Let's just give this resistor a quick go. Let's try the 213. You know what? Let's look for a capacitor. Okay, I see a cap right here. Let's take this cap. Wherefore art thou? we are over in this area. Wait. There it is. There's the capacitor. This is the 213 that I've been using on like everything. I absolutely love this flux. Let's compare it. This flux cleans up really easy compared to any of the other stuff I use. Okay. Wow, so it does take me a little bit longer to get this cap off. There we go. It might be a larger ground plane, to be honest, though. You know, like it takes more heat to remove it, maybe. Alright, let's get this cap off of the edge of my iron. We'll just solder it right there to that other cap. It can just hang out there for the rest of its life. So, I mean, all in honesty, the cool thing is I bet, let's test and see how the chip quick cleans up, though. That's going to be the deciding factor for me a lot of this. Well, let's clean it. Let's use a little bit of this. We'll just, you know, get the flux hot and then try to clean it up. Let's try to clean it up. Put a little bit of alcohol here, right? And just see how well. Okay, so this chip quick cleans pretty good, man. Okay, something real quick came up. You guys remember this HDMI port? It's from my latest Northridge Fix video. I did it on this board. Yes, now you guys can be happy. Okay, so I mean, okay, now let me show you cleaning up this Amtech 559. It's kind of a nightmare, honestly. That's part of the reason why I don't use it that much. Let's just put some here, and we're just gonna heat it up, get it hot, just, you know, get it all over the place. We just changed this. It's either a diode array or it's a could be a MOSFET transistor, I think, maybe. All right. So let's try cleaning up this this Amtech 559. This Amtech is not going to clean up nearly as easy as the other stuff. Of course, it's going to make me a liar because, you know, it's YouTube and it's live stream, but I promise you that if you try this stuff in real life, you will notice, especially like on an HDMI connector, that the 559 will just not work nearly as good as the 213 does, which is this stuff that is kind of like, looks like a milky white type. But yeah, anyways, let me switch cameras here. Take it easy, Tell58. Appreciate you stopping by, buddy. So that will pretty much be it for the stream, guys. If you guys have any questions, don't hold your peace. Just let me know if you guys have any questions. If not, that'll pretty much be it for the stream. Yeah, this is the board that I used for the Northridge Fix video, and this was the HDMI port that I used it on. And yeah, this is just mainly a parts board at this point, whether I need an HDMI connector off of it or whatever. I just pulled it out of the TV. So, well, all right. You guys have a good night, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. All right. Let's see here. Transition. Wait, Jose. Wait. What can I do for you, Jose? What can I do for you, sir? Some iPhone XS Max boards. Hey, man, if you want to send them in, man, that'd be cool. That would be cool. Yeah, if you want to. I appreciate it. Yeah, the address is for the shop is in my about, and it's on the, let's see here, it might be, it's in the description of this live stream still too. Appreciate you, man. All right. Yeah, and of course, you know, you have my number, so you can message me, or if you want, you can email me too. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go home and spend some time with the fam. So if you guys have any questions, just leave me an email or leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care and have an awesome weekend.